What up, tribe? Yo, so it is a amazing day in paradise, Bali. Today I'm gonna do a video just talking about my recent ayahuasca journey in Peru, and this is last year was the second year that I did it. Got the squad in the background. I don't know if you can see them, but before that, we're about to get a massage and we're gonna get into it. But check out this view. Crazy, right? So see y'all in a few, getting this massage, and then we'll tap in. Yo, so just finished this amazing hour and a half massage that cost 30 US bucks, and they came to the crib. Can't beat this, like, top of the line massage. So right now I am at TripAdvisor Traveler's Choice 2022 restaurant. This is one of the best Ayurvedic restaurants in Bali, so I'm about to check it out. Got my folks inside, B and Oz. Y'all seeing her on a few videos. You know B from the interview we did and Warrior Retreat, so we gonna check this spot out.
Hey team.
The crew, they got their hair out, so it's the last day. I'm gonna have braids for a few days. I'm gonna take these out today and let the mane out.
We are here at Sada. It's an Ayurvedic kitchen.
And we were discussing how Botox is weird.
Don't post that.
I don't actually understand it. You
I
can,
don't
you
get
can
it
post
either.
it, and if anybody
I don't get it either.
if anybody wants to enlighten me. I just don't understand it exactly. So just like I would enlighten somebody about the benefits of drinking more water, please enlighten me about the benefits of Botox. Thank you.
Yo,
Ask me for a friend.
B, why you can hold the camera? Why are we here? Tell me about this restaurant. Is this like top notch or what?
Yeah, this is a restaurant called Dapur Usada, and it revolves around Ayurvedic eating, dosha types, either Pitta, Kapha, or Vata, and it's all about balancing the doshas. It's a super incredible, wholesome, home-cooked meal, and if you point it over here,
That's
it's open kitchen, so it makes you feel like you're in somebody's house who's getting the meal cooked for you. I think it's really beautiful. And so, that's the thing about Bali, man. It's just like nourishment on nourishment on nourishment.
Anywhere you go, you got real food.
That's
both of them. B has lived here. Ozma lives here.
I've been out here for the last 4 years.
I've been here many different times, probably in total about 2 years of living here. And you know, I'm 39, pushing 40. I look like I'm going on 25. So obviously, the cheat code is not America.
No. Get the
heard it
F
here.
out of the West.
Yes.
Y'all.
You heard it here.
We live out longer in the East.
And it's cheaper. Today we got like massages for like 20 bucks, 30 bucks. And
30 bucks, hour and a half.
hour and a half.
That was home delivery.
Home delivery massage. That type of massage would be 200 bucks in the States.
Easy.
Yeah.
I got a four-handed massage.
Yeah.
There's levels to the game, kids. Stay in school.
Stay in.
So, as you can see and hear, this is one of the many reasons why I'm done with living in America. So, they have like unofficially recruited me to move to Bali. And so, catch me when I'm back in America. I'm selling everything and taking obviously like some equipment, but yeah, pull up. Food is amazing. Like,
Pull up.
Young Black and Vegan Retreat 1.
Ooh.
Coming soon.
Yeah. You heard it.
you heard it here first. All right, we're gonna tap back in when this food comes to the table. Taste test. Yo, so this food, fire. This restaurant is not completely vegan, but they have some amazing vegan options as well as it just being healthy. So, highly recommend that you check it out. How's your food?
Fried dumplings. Not vegan.
Yeah,
No.
yeah, not vegan, but yeah, most of the stuff at this restaurant is vegan. There are a ton of like 100% vegan places here, but the food is so like clean that you can pretty much eat anything and be good. So we're gonna dive into this, and then I'll be back with that ayahuasca update. Deuces. All right, so back at the spot in beautiful Ubud, Bali, and let's jump into ayahuasca. So if you've seen any of my previous videos, I've done a couple of videos on ayahuasca. The first time I did it was the year before last. I did an ayahuasca journey at a whole retreat at Rhythmia in Costa Rica. And so this was my first experience with ayahuasca. And one thing about ayahuasca is it is a medicine that is going to give each person what they need. And for me, I needed healing, and that's exactly what that journey was. And it was personal healing. The weight of the world that was always on my shoulders was lifted from that journey, and it was 4 nights of ayahuasca. And so if you're not familiar with ayahuasca, it is 2 plants that is found in the Amazon that they combine, one of which contains dimethyltryptamine, another contains an MAO inhibitor, I think I'm saying that right, which allows the DMT to be active in your system. And basically you brew it down into a tea, drink it, and you lay on a mat. And after so long, maybe 30 minutes, 45 minutes, an hour, it will kick in and you go on your journey. And at a lot of places where you do ayahuasca, you have the opportunity to drink more than 1 cup. So I'll tell you about my experience in Rhythmia at Costa Rica and my experience in Peru with warrior retreats. And so at Rhythmia, it's all done for you. You just go in and you consume the medicine that they have already prepared, that they have harvested. And the first time that I did it, I went ham and I drank, I believe, like 5 to 6 cups. That's not normal. Normal, I think people might drink 2 to 3 cups, but I was like going all in at the time. Like I had nothing to lose and everything to gain. One of the individuals that was there on the retreat that was like kind of talking to us and guiding us, and he just said, like, Keith, drink as much as you can. And I took that literally, and I drank, like I said, 5 to 6 cups that night. And you know, it was a beautiful experience. Second night, I only did, I believe, like 2 to 3 cups. Third night, only 2, and then the last night I did like 2 to 3. So on average, I only did 2 to 3 cups. But in total, it was an extremely healing journey, and you know, it healed the relationship that I had with my mom that was strained for like the majority of my life, and we're good now. And for me, the reason why I chose to do ayahuasca is because since I got that healing, I just wanted to see what would be something that I received if I was to do it again. And so when I went to Warrior Retreat that same year, about 6 months later, which it's not an ayahuasca retreat, but it is something that is offered optionally for the first day or 2. And so I decided to drink, and that experience was markedly different, and it was amazing. It was actually my experience. It showed me like past lives in Egypt and Kemet, and you know, just show me the type of leader that I am and I'm supposed to be. And so, you know, that was really a glimpse of what I would receive next year, which was last year, going back to Warrior Retreat. And so I went back as a facilitator last year for Warrior Retreat. The year before, I was a participant. And so as a facilitator, all of the facilitators went a week early before the actual retreat started, and we took a dieta together. Now, before you do ayahuasca, you change your diet basically, and so you're taking out spicy foods, no pork, taking out drugs, no sex or any of that. And the difference between a dieta is you're doing all of that, but then you're also communing with another plant medicine in conjunction with the ayahuasca. And so on this particular week, we consumed Ahosacha. And so what Ahosacha is, it's like a cleansing medicine when it works in conjunction with the ayahuasca. And so that was a very, very, very powerful experience. And so we did 3 nights of drinking that in conjunction with ayahuasca. And so I said last year I purged my personal pain and got that healing. And then, the year before last at Rhythmia. And so last year in Peru with warrior retreats, I purged ancestral pain. And that, let me tell you, is no joke. It was definitely physically painful, but it was important work. And some of you probably are like, what does that mean? Like, you purge ancestral pain. So I don't really know how to explain it except for saying that all of the wisdom, knowledge, history of our ancestors is contained in our DNA. And so when you take these ayahuasca journeys, these plant journeys, you have the opportunity to not only heal yourself, but you also have the opportunity to heal ancestral pain from the past, that when you pass away and your DNA is passed on to your lineage, they won't have to go through some of the stuff that you went through. That's the best way I can really explain it. But yeah, very painful, but important work. And so I wasn't sure if I was going to do ayahuasca again when the actual retreat Warrior 8 started, but since we were communing with another plant medicine, this time it was Shiwawaku, and Shiwawaku is something that like brings clarity and firmness. I decided to take another journey, and that journey was amazing, which I was thankful for, because I had like 2 challenging nights of ayahuasca this last year, and especially the night when I purged that ancestral pain. And so this night I purged again, and if you don't know what purging is, purging comes in the form of you can vomit, you can take a dump, you can cry, you can laugh. And so you basically like purging and shedding different things out of you. And so most of my purges have been vomiting. And so this particular session, when the official warrior retreat started, I purged, and one thing you can do is like ask, like, what is this? And the medicine will usually give you an answer. And so it told me it was past life, my past life, or my old life is a better way to put it. So one thing that, a few things that people don't really talk about or may not talk about is that ayahuasca is not easy work. Some people can have an easy journey, but you're doing real work internally. And when I say the medicine is going to give you what you need, a lot of us hold different traumas in our body, and like pain that is buried in the subconscious. The first time I did it, the medicine like took me back to childhood, to events that I didn't even remember happened. It was like, oh yeah, that happened. And so it took me on like a journey to where I was able to, like, ego, they call it the ego death. The ego doesn't actually die. It's more like it gets put in the back seat, because the ego is important. Every part of us is important. And so ego's in the back seat. So now it puts you in the driver's seat, which is a different experience of the ego being in the driver's seat. And so, yeah, it's hard work. It can be painful. You can purge a lot. Another thing is integration, which is extremely important to know about and talk about if you're considering doing ayahuasca. So before I go into that, I'll say ayahuasca is not a heal-all, cure-all. Like, it's when you're up on a mountaintop and you consume these medicines and you get what you need, it can feel like your life has changed forever for the better, and like everything will be perfect when you get back. And that's not the case. It's integration time, to where you will see your internal world changing, the dynamics of relationships you have with different individuals changing, and it could be subtle things, it could be drastic things. You can go back and like the job is no longer there, a relationship is no longer there, but it is cleansing, and you are evolving into who you are meant to be. And so to go into integration, that's what basically happens when you get home. And so there'll be times, because let me talk about Warrior Retreat. Warrior Retreat, and the difference between Rhythmia is we actually go into the jungles and we harvest the medicine ourselves. We break it down, we brew it into the tea, and we consume it that night. So it's a lot more potent, and you don't need nearly as much ayahuasca in Peru as you would at a place like Rhythmia. So what I got in, 5 cups at Rhythmia, 1 cup at Warrior Retreat in Peru is like, whew, sends you on a journey. And so that's a difference. And I think it's also you having a more intimate relationship with the medicine, because when you're going there and you're harvesting it, you're asking permission to have this relationship with the medicine. You're setting your intention, you're giving a tobacco offering, and so it's a lot more intimate than just going to a place where it's provided for you. Both places you can get what you need. I loved my experience at Rhythmia. Rhythmia is a 5-star resort, and like it comes with food, there are massages, there's a cold plunge, hot tub, mud bath. So you really can have an experience of, after you take the medicine and you may have had a rough night, it's nice to be able to go get a massage and lay in a comfortable bed and, have more of the like pampered experience. But now that I've done it at in Peru with Rhythmia, I don't necessarily see myself going to a place like that again, because I just actually like the experience of going and harvesting the medicine myself. And so back to the integration phase. Integration phase, like literally, I'm still integrating from things that I learned and experienced. And so I don't know that the integration ever truly ends, because you'll get downloads a week later, 6 months later, a year later, and things become clearer and clearer. And I definitely would and will consume ayahuasca again, just because of how much I've got from it. Like I will say, after I did ayahuasca that first year, last year was the best year of my life internally, and part of that was because of that healing I got from ayahuasca. Part of it was from studying gene keys, part of it was from therapy, which is super important, and then part of it was just the tribe that you meet and you take these journeys with. They're like soul brothers and sisters, and so you're like connected with them in a way that personally I've never had that type of connection with people before. And so I did a lot of different plant medicine this particular time. So along with the ayahuasca, as I mentioned, I did the Shiba Waku and Aho Sacha. And then I also tried Kambo, which is, there's 2 dots on my arm. So Kambo is a poison from a frog. And basically they put 2 to 3 burns on your arm, or some people get it on the neck, and they tell you to spit on a stick which contains the frog poison. They combine it, put it on your arm, and it's basically like 15 minutes of high intensity. I didn't see any benefits from actually doing it, so it's something that I probably wouldn't do again. The reason why I chose to do it is because the guy Rupert that was there is considered one of the best in the world, and so I figured if I'm going to do it, I'm going to try it with the best in the world. The experience for me was like getting into a oven that has been preheated to 400 degrees Fahrenheit, and then it goes to like 1,000 degrees and then back down. So that's basically the ride. It's something that you can purge on as well. I didn't purge. It was just like very uncomfortable for me, but there's other people who have done it multiple times who said they want to do it again. So I think like when you're working with these plant medicines, you will find the ones that resonate with you. And for me, ayahuasca is something special. It's hard work, but what I get from it is so beneficial, and I feel like it's connecting me with the ancestors, with the wisdom of the ancestors, giving me guidance. Definitely my internal world is a lot better. And what I'm finding being out here in Bali right now is a lot of divine synchronicities. And what happens is like you attract what you are. And so by me doing all of this like hard work, because it's not easy work, I am more aligned inside, and I'm attracting like what I am. So I'm attracting more people who are like me, who are on these same journeys, some people who are seeking, and now I can give them guidance and information, and it's a really beautiful thing. And being out here, I'm paying attention to, just my physiology, and like stress levels is all the way down. And I've been thinking about moving out of the country for quite some time. So I know I want a place here, but I also have an affinity with the motherland, Africa, but I have like a lot more exploring to do there. As of now, I'm thinking about Ghana, but also need to hit up like Kenya, Nairobi, and so many other places. But for right now, this is a good spot for me. And yeah, I think that's pretty much what I want to touch on with ayahuasca. I think that, you have to see if it's for you, if the medicine is calling you. What's important is where you do it. So a lot of people ask me about, is there any places in America to do it? There are places that I've heard of that people go and do it, but I've also heard that from the people who have done it there and who have done it in, Central and South America, that they're two totally different experiences. Like for me, I want to do it with a shaman who, like, that's all they do. So the shaman that we sent with is one of the best in the whole Amazon, and he's like 4th generation or more of that lineage, and so that's what he does. And it's a spiritual thing, and so you want a shaman who can contain that energy, because one thing that people don't really talk about is like, when you're going into this spiritual realm, there are some shamans who use that power for like not good, and they have envy. They're still human, and so you want someone who is so dialed in and tuned in, and that's all they do, to where you don't have to worry while you're taking this journey. And so that's not to like put fear in anybody who might be considering it, but it's just something to be aware of. And so that's why it's very important that you do your research on where you actually do ayahuasca, who you're doing it with, and that's for doing any type of like medicine or substance that you're doing. You want to be around people that you trust. And so ayahuasca is not the only thing or plant medicine that you can do to receive what you need, the healing that you need. Some people I've heard have had similar experiences with mushrooms, some with breath work. And so there are a lot of different modalities and tools that you can use, but at the end of the day, like, everything that you need is within you. And so all of these things are basically tools to help unlock what's already in you. And for me, it's something that, in a sense, like fast tracks the healing journey to an extent, because I'm still like on that, and the work is something that never stops. And so that's pretty much just like an update video on like my ayahuasca experience this last time doing it in Peru. Markedly different from the previous year when I did it, but amazing experiences. It's still like early, it's just last month that I've done it, so I'm still integrating and still waiting for certain So I'm still integrating, and I'm sure the downloads will be coming. I'm in my creative zenith right now, and I attribute some of that to like the work that I've done with ayahuasca. So I'm out here in Bali right now, shooting content for the show, obviously, but then I'm also like just working on some other creative things. My last film, Melanin Monroe, is in post-production right now, so just getting that prepared for these film festivals coming up. So hopefully I'll see you at one of the film festivals. If I didn't answer anything or I skipped something that I said I was going to talk about, just hit me in the comments, and I'll try to make sure that I'll get back with everybody. But I'm about to go and enjoy this crib and enjoy some more amazing food in Bali. Thank y'all for tuning in. If you have not subscribed yet, hit that subscribe button, notification bell, and holla at your boy, Keith Terrell, Young Black and Vegan. I'm out.